Hello friends, welcome to the Technical Study Place. In this video we will learn about the difference between C++ and Java. So what is the difference between C++ and Java? So first point we will see C++ is platform dependent and Java is platform independent. So what is this platform independent? Suppose think that we have written a program in C++ language in one device, in one operating system, that is Windows operating system. So when we compile that program, we got .ax extension file. Through that a extension file, if we have transferred that extension file to another device, on that operating system, we can't run that program. Because when C++ we have compiled the program, it will directly convert it to machine language. So there is no intermediate. So we cannot run the C++ program in other device. So that's why it is called as platform dependent. So but as we in Java, it is platform independent. So suppose if you have written a Java program in one device in a Windows operating system, so we can run when we have compiled it. So there is an intermediate code, call it as bytecode, and that bytecode needs Java. That bytecode needs JDK. The JDK it may get from Linux, Mac operating system or Windows, no matter where it get, but it needs JDK, so it can run on any other devices. So for example, as I told, I will explain it again. So you have written a program, but when you have compiled it, you get the bytecode, and that bytecode needs JDK, and JDK may be in any operating system, whether it may be in operating system, Windows operating system, Linux operating system, Mac operating system. So it can run on any operating system or in any device. So that's why it is platform independent, because whatever the Java program we have run, we have compiled, and with that extension file we can run that Java program on any other device. But whereas in C++, whatever we have written the program, with that when we have compiled with that extension, we cannot run that program on other device. So that's why it is called as platform dependent. So let's go to the second point. It's supposed to go to statement, operator overloading, pointer and multiple inheritance. But whereas in Java, it does not support in any kind of things. It does not support go to statements, operator overloading, pointer and multiple inheritance. But whereas in C++, the multiple inheritance is the important concept, but in Java it is not there. But instead of that, we have re-implemented as interfaces. Instead of multiple inheritance, we have re-implemented the another concept called interfaces. Okay, as I told, whatever the difficult concepts are there in C++, either they have been left in Java or has been re-implemented in another ways. So these are all the important concepts in C++, but they are not there in Java. Only the multiple inheritance are also not there in Java, but it has been re-implemented in another way, interfaces. What is this interface? We will see in the coming videos in detail. It has a new video separate. In detail you will see. Just remember this point currently now. So let's go to the next point. It uses compiler and interpreter. So what is this compiler? So when we have written a program, the compiler will compile the entire program. Means whatever the error, when the compiler will compile the C++ program, so whatever the errors in that program are there, it will show at a time. When we find out and solve the errors, it will execute that program and show the output. But whereas here in Java, it uses the compiler. Now we know what is in a compiler. Now what is this interpreter? So suppose in a program, if you have written a Java program and that program contains 10 statements, and the first statement is correct, okay, it goes to the next statement. In the second statement, it has some errors. Without solving that second statement error, it can't compile or go to the third statement. So after solving that second statement, then only it goes to the third statement, and that is interpreter. So while the compiler compiles the throughout the program at a time, but whereas the interpreter compiles or checks the error statement by statement. This is the difference between compiler and an interpreter. So C++ uses only compiler. Java uses compiler and interpreter. I also tell that Java has also called as two-stage system. It has two stages. The two-stage system has two stages. One, when we compile the Java program, it provides bytecode. Okay, that bytecode sends the program to the interpreter, and interpreter will execute that program. And this is second point. So first point, what is the two-stage system? Java is also called as two-stage system, and the first stage is when we compile the Java program, it provides the bytecode. This is first stage, and the second stage is, and the bytecode then that bytecode sends the Java program to the interpreter, and that interpreter will execute that program. This is the second stage. So I had explained this third point. So let's go to the fourth point. C++ supports call by value and call by reference. We know this. Java supports only call by value. Why? In reference, call by reference, pointer is used, but we know that Java does not support pointer concepts. See, just now we have looked in the second point. So in the reference, pointer concept is there. If Java does not support pointer only, then call by reference is not allowed in the Java. So it supports only call by value in Java. So but whereas in C++, call by value and call by reference. So let's go to fifth point. Memory management is done by using a pointer. So but whereas in Java, memory management is done by the system. So as we know that pointer is not used in the Java, so whatever the concepts are of pointer and related to concepts are there of pointer are there, that will be managed, handled by the system. Okay, let's go to the sixth point. Runtime error detection mechanism, responsibility of the programmer. And here in Java, runtime error detection mechanism is the responsibility of the system. Okay, so when we write the C++ program, when we compile it, if some errors are there, if many errors are there, no matter which type of error it is, if it is compile time error or runtime error, no matter whatever it may be, that will be handled and taken the responsibility by the programmer. He has only to solve it and run the program. But whereas in Java, if we write the program, if we get any kind of errors, that will be handled by the error detection concept, error handling. Sorry, it is the concept name is exception handling. What is this exception handling, we will see later. So one unique feature is there in Java called exception handling. That exception handling will handle the errors in the system automatically by itself. Suppose if we have written a Java program, and that Java program has 10 statements. Starting 2 statements, we have got the errors, we have done some mistakes, so we have got the error. So in Java, exception handling is there. That exception handling will handle that 2 statements. The remaining 8 statements are correct. So whatever the remaining 8 statements are there, that output of that statements will be shown in the output. But that statements will be handled. It will not provide any kind of problems in the program. So this exception handling, it has the unique feature in Java. So whatever the errors are there, whether it may be runtime or compile time, it is handled by the system itself. But whereas in C++, the programmer is only the responsibility of the errors. He should only handle and solve it. Okay, let's go to the 7th point. Libraries have low level functions. Here in Java, libraries have high level functions. We know that C and C++ are the middle level language programming. So whatever the functions are there in C and C are also low level, so they are not advanced. But whereas in Java is very high level programming language. So whatever the functions are there, that also high level. So I also tell that in C++, whatever the functions are there, that we call it as function itself. But whereas in Java, whatever the functions are there, that will call it as methods. Instead of functions, we call it as methods. Okay, let's go to the 8th point. It allows procedural programming as well as object programming language. But whereas in Java, it allows only object programming language. Why is this? See, I will explain. We know that C was developed in 70s, C++ was developed in 80s, and Java was developed in 90s. Okay, when C is called as procedural programming language. Okay, C is called as procedural programming language. When C++ has developed in 80s, it is called as object oriented programming language. So C++ was taken the features of C, and C++ has taken the features or concepts of C, so that's why it is called as procedural as well as object oriented programming language. So it does not become the complete object oriented programming language. So the concept has been taken of C also, so something it is missing there. So that's why the pure form of object oriented is not happened. So but whereas Java was developed in 1990s, so whatever the concepts are, so the concepts of C++, only the concepts of C++ has taken off. So Java was taken C++ only of C++ concepts, not of C concepts. So Java was developed using only of C++ concepts. So that's why it is called as pure object oriented programming language. Means complete object oriented programming language. It is full pure. That's why Java allows only object oriented programming language, but whereas C++ it is procedural as well as object oriented, because C++ was developed using C concepts, so object oriented will also come, C is also come. So let's go to the ninth point. It allows a scope resolution operator, structure and union. We know that it has C++ has three concepts: scope resolution operator, structures and union. But whereas in Java, it does not have a scope resolution operator, structure and union. As I told before that whatever the default concept of C++ are there, that has been either left in Java or has been re-implemented in easier way. So I don't think these are difficult concepts, but it has been not there in Java. These concepts are not there in Java. This point is very easy, you can remember. So last point of the difference between of C++ and Java is it has new and delete keyword for object management. It has automatic garbage collection for object management. Means whenever in C++ I'm talking about, okay, whenever we have created object, whatever the work of the object is there, if that has been completed, so after the completion of the work of the object, we want to delete that object, so we will use the delete keyword. Whereas in Java, after completion of the object work, Java has a unique feature called as automatic garbage collection, so it will automatically delete the object. We don't need to have used the delete keyword. So this is about the difference between of C++ and Java. I hope you have understood easily all the 10 points. If you have any kind of doubts, please comment. The comment section is for you all only. So like the video, please subscribe to our channel. Our channel is new, we need your support. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.